My host today says, and I quote, "The All Progressives Congress, APC, have mastered the strategy of propaganda to color the thinking of our people. APC thrives on lies and propaganda. They have spent so much money to brainwash our people." End of quote. Well, hello and welcome. This is 60 Minutes with me. I'm Angela. Thank you for joining me on the program today. My host today is an author. His book, Watch the Watcher, was launched on December 28, 2014. He holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in English, that from the Obafemi Awolowo University in Ile-Ife, Osun State. The university he attended between 1986, graduating in 1989. And he didn't pretend about his book. The reason for writing Watch the Watcher, he says, was a response to former President General Olusegun Obasanjo's book, My Watch, and especially Book 3, titled Now and Then, which severely criticized harshly the current president, Goodluck Jonathan's term, his capacity and capability as president. More intriguing, as many will say, is how he has allegedly and slowly metamorphosed from being an aide to the APC's presidential candidate, General Muhammadu Buhari, and criticizing Goodluck Jonathan and the People's Democratic Party, to being the greatest advocate of Goodluck Jonathan continuing as president for 4 more years, and now the harshest critic of the APC. So, join me after the break. I'm counting down 60 minutes with YINKA ODUMAKIN, and I'm hoping he will tell me if he's still the spokesperson of Afenifere. Welcome back. Welcome, Mr. ODUMAKIN. Thank you again for coming back on the program.
My pleasure.
All right, I'm sure you heard my quote,
Yeah.
Introducing you to the program. Are you aware that people are really shocked, and some expressing disappointment to me, telling me to bring you back on the program, because they see you now as Goodluck Jonathan's man, saying all these things about General Muhammadu Buhari, whom people knew you to be close to at least 2011, 2012, and at the time of fuel protests, subsidy protests. So, what is your reaction to this expression of shock and disappointment by some Nigerians?
I'm not advocating for Jonathan. I'm advocating for Nigeria. I believe passionately that if Nigeria is to make it,
yes,
if Nigeria is to survive, if Nigeria is to progress, if we are to go to keep Nigeria as a corporate entity, we must restructure this country.
Right.
Goodluck Jonathan, the only reason I support Jonathan today and I support him for this election is that he had the courage to convoke the national conference. We have a report, and he promised us that within 12 months of his second term, he will implement it.
Is that not blackmail?
That's his promise. Now, in Yoruba language, they say that a man who has cooked, or the woman who has cooked a pot of soup,
yes,
and not put meat, he said he goes to strike her down. What of the one who has not cooked anything?
At all.
Now, his opponents in the APC were the only political party that boycotted the national conference. They vigorously campaigned against that conference. It means that if they come to power, they will kill the report. This is what many of us have fought for nearly all our lives.
Right.
I always started this struggle in the 50s, that Nigeria should run as a federation, not as a unity state.
Yes.
All the problems we have in Nigeria today, they all flow from the 40th constitution, the way we are constituted. And so, the support for Jonathan for this election,
yes,
is hinged on that.
Right.
But people who are so ephemeral, people who don't have the depth to analyze the issues involved in this election,
yes,
I will say, oh, we are disappointed. And for me, I've always been telling people that, look, what I want in Nigeria is autonomy for the different sections of the country
Yes.
to develop at their own pace. For us to get out of this bind, out of this cage.
Yes.
But we are telling them to remain inside the cage, but that what you are promising me as a change is that my children will have 1 million school a day. My children are Almajiris. They don't have to be entitled to 1 million a day as I call that change. I come from a region where in 1954, 60 years ago, over 60 years, 61 years ago, Awolowo enrolled 400,000 people in school in one day. Under UPN, I was secondary school. Everything, books, desk, writing, everything was provided for us. So 60 years after Awolowo did that, someone now be telling me that I see people around 1 million a day for children in school. That's change. Yeah. Change for me. When I'm not, am I from Kuma? But people who cannot see beyond their nose say, "Oh, you're disappointed." Yes. And the last thing that this election is between Jonathan and Buhari. No, this election is a referendum on whether I want to be in freedom, I want to go to remain inside the prison, I want to go to freedom. With National Conference reports,
yes,
we have left Egypt, we have crossed Jordan, we are not on the way to Promised Land. But to say that we should kill that report is back to Egypt.
Right.
Now, lastly,
yes,
you asked a question about criticized Buhari. I've not criticized Buhari anywhere. I've criticized the APC. And when I worked with Buhari, Buhari was on APC platform. He was on CPC. And when he was to join the ACN and go for APC, I told him I cannot be on this platform.
When they were going to merge,
I told him, I made very clear to Buhari and others that I cannot be part of it. I can't go back to my vomit.
Okay. So you've explained now. I mean, there is a report, and as far as you are concerned, the future of Nigeria hinges on it.
Yes.
And then I would say to you, what gives you the guarantee that this president will fulfill that promise? I have a litany of failed promises. If he had all this time to, if there was any seriousness about implementing this report, we would have seen signs. And this is not the first time he has set up committees. It's not the first time we've had probes. They never go beyond that point of reports.
I cannot say with absolute finality that President Jonathan is going to implement the report of the National Conference. But what I can say today is that he had convoked the conference, we have the reports, and every speech he had given since August, when he collected the report, October 1, his declaration, his flag off in Lagos. When he met with us in Afenifere, he always said, I will implement the report. I want to take him by his words. A philosopher said, if you fight, we may win. If you don't, we have lost. With Jonathan, we have a chance of implementing the report. With his opponents, there's no chance.
You've worked with General Buhari personally.
Yes.
Do you know his feeling about the report? Is there any inkling to you that General Buhari personally does not believe in the National Conference or its report?
Well, the only thing I can hold on to is what the parties have, or the candidates have said they are committed to. I've not heard General Buhari say he's committed to the National Conference report or the Restructuring Nigeria. The APC boycotted the conference and vigorously campaigned against it.
What do you recall the reasons they gave?
Well, their national leader Tinubu said it's a diversion. And the only person so far in the APC who has spoken about, out of their top leadership, that has spoken about the conference report is their spokesman, Alhaji Mohammed. And all he says is that we are going to study it. So if a project is so passionate to me,
yes, that
I believe that all my adult years, this what I've been part of. And somebody said I'm going to do it. And somebody said in their manifesto, they have no silence on it. In fact, the first manifesto APC brought out, yes, they said that the 1999 constitution is sacrosanct. Then I think some of their friends said, what are you saying? I said, okay, we are going to redo it. They did a new one, they are silent. Go ahead and look at manifesto, nothing about the constitution or the structure of Nigeria.
In this new one?
In the new one they are having. I'm inside the prison. I have the possibility of getting out of that. Someone say, okay, I will open this prison gate for you to get out.
Yes.
And someone say, no, don't worry, stay inside there. I will give 1 meal to your children per day.
I want you to expatiate on this prison thing. What is the restructuring that you think is the El Dorado for Nigeria?
When you talk about the structure of Nigeria, we are not talking in abstract terms.
Right.
We are talking about practicalities.
Are we dividing?
We are today, it's not about dividing. It's about giving autonomy to different components of Nigeria to be able to function, run their lives the way they want. Every problem you are facing in Nigeria today is about the structure.
How?
Okay, you are talking about insurgency. you cannot resolve military might to resolve insurgency. It's about self-determination, what people want. If there are people in Nigeria who want to live under Shekau,
yes,
and it's proclamations, they should be free. The laws of Nigeria should give them the right. But this attempt to force unity, you cannot force it. All over the world today, all the countries that have been cobbled together when Nigeria was done,
yes,
is that they have collapsed, disintegrated, they are under strain or in armed conflict. Britain that did this experiment last September, they barely survived Scotland. Yes. Most of that. People are talking today about corruption, everybody today. All those who want change in Nigeria today, why do you want change? Oh, there's too much corruption. They don't understand the source of corruption. The 1999 Constitution is the grandfather of corruption in Nigeria. How? A corruption that Section 3 of that Constitution says that if you are committing any crime as a governor, as a president,
nothing can happen
to you. Even if you are standing trial for criminal activities before you got immunity, that is over. In fact, and this happened in 2001. I think it was a BMI investment. Yes. Pastor Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a criminal case that was in court being governor. The court ruled that now there's immunity. Stop it. Now in 2003, from 1990 now, yes, we have heard of governors stealing billions upon billions upon this and the rest. But the constitution give immunity. So for anybody now to say I want to keep that constitution,
but you see that immunity, as soon as they leave office, the immunity is gone. Why doesn't
they have while they are covered immunity?
Yes,
they've stolen enough resources to provide the cost of justice when they leave office. That in fact, when the FCC charge any go to court today, it's a laughing matter.
Yes, they can't even access him.
So now the National Conference has said in our new constitution that immunity should have no place.
Section 308 will go
completely. And so those who have benefited from immunity, they have every reason to oppose the intention of this report. Then you are correct today, you don't have electricity. Yes. It's about the constitution. The constitution Nigeria says that only the federal government can handle electricity. In how many countries is that being done today? Which means that if you are governor of your state and you generate electricity before the president of bottling, yes, you have to take it
into the national grid first,
and then national grid outside to take to Sokoto. Why take it from your state to Sokoto? Before they get there, half of it is lost. Waste, bureaucratic waste. And this was how Awolowo said in 1967 in his book Thoughts on the Nigerian Constitution, which he wrote from Calabar prison, June 12, he signed it off, and said any attempt to run Nigeria along the lines will make the work of government unwieldy, inextricably complex, productive of waste and fighting among the people, and that the administrative work structure of government will come to a complete halt in Nigeria and disintegrate under the yoke of bureaucratic centralism, except you get superwomen to run the affairs of Nigeria. Yes. So, and that's where we are today. So when we are talking about structure, many people don't know what we are talking about. Look, I was in Osborne and I saw Don't Unite here. That's our elite settlement. Yes. And I was wondering myself that if you go to this of London, will you see Don't Unite here? You won't want to try it. Yes. Because the structure does not allow it. So Nigeria today, we are at the edge of the precipice. All these politicians who are seeing election, this and the rest, they may soon declare that there is no country to govern if you don't put in place the structure that can, that's conducive to continued corporate existence of Nigeria. Yes. We have how many elections have we had since 1960? Now, what have they resolved? Every election has always compounding our problems. So deep thinkers, yes, will know today that the change that we need is about the structure of this country. That if you don't address nationhood, we are not yet a nation, we're just pretending. Elections are coming up now. What's happening? People are migrating from the north to the south, from south to the north, as if we are preparing for a war. Yeah. And it's a war really. If you attain nationhood, elections will be like a carnival. Go to Ghana there. On election days, opposing party members, they are holding hands, praying before they go for election. Our own is war. Threats. If my candidate doesn't win that, forget Nigeria. Yeah. It's our turn. Yeah. If we don't win, we make it ungovernable. All kind of inflammatory comments going on. How long are we going to continue like this? My parents went through this, I'm going through this. Will my children also continue in this bind? No.
But will this administration, having benefited from this faulty constitution that you speak about, yeah, and has made the presidency very, very powerful, yeah, one of the most powerful in the world, yeah, with almost 54% of the revenue, do you think they will want to change that formula? They're winning by it.
We've laid the report, and I'm glad that when we finished the report, the chairman of the conference, Justice Kutigi, did say that throughout the conference, the president never tried to influence that report. And those of us who were at the conference knew that such thing never happened. And in any case, if you have a sitting president and a conference he convoked removes immunity clause, that shows that I didn't bring an agenda to it. So, to that extent, we want to believe that he will be faithful to his word. And if he fails, we have the capacity to mount the barricade against him.
How?
Oh, we've done it to this president before. 2012, when he removed fuel subsidy, we jacked up the price from 65 naira to 140 naira. We put people on the streets.
Yes.
Since 2012 till now, has the government done it again? The support we are giving to him,
yes,
is not unqualified. It's based on this, that you must write your name in gold. You must ensure that we give the country a proper structure. And I've given his word. I will hold him to it.
All right.
You can bet.
Join us again after the break.
You know, Angela, that's a very difficult question.
It is difficult to respond to that question.
Angela, that's a great question.
Great question, Angela.
Angela, that is a very great question.
That's a great question, Angela.
Okay, that's a great question.
Yeah, very good question.
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
That's an interesting question.
This is an interesting question you pose.
60 Minutes with Angela. Again, answers to every question you always wanted to ask.
The call for the postponement of the election is an orchestrated attempt by the party in power who has seen the handwriting of the war. The slogan everywhere, the sing song or the swan song, is change. And don't forget, the incumbent president or the party in power is aware of the various opinion polls that have been conducted by reputable organizations all over the world. And they're also aware of the security report that if elections were to be held today, the PDP will suffer massive electoral loss. And that's why they're deploying different tricks from their bag or arsenal to postpone the election. First, it was Nigeria is in a state of war. INEC said no, we'll conduct elections even in areas that are blighted by the insurgency. Another trick in their bag is that PVCs are not ready. Remember what National Security Advisor Sambo Dasuki said. INEC has again said that no, we have distributed more than 70% of the PVCs, and we must give credence or respect nuances of democracy. Even if you distribute 100% the permanent voter cards, and the people who are interested in collecting and doing the after voting are not more than 30%. That will be the threshold you are going to use. You cannot force people, especially in Nigeria where voting is voluntary. If it were to be in Belgium, where voting is compulsory, 95% voting threshold turnout can be achieved. The election that brought the incumbent president of America to power for a second time, about 47% turnout was recorded, and therefore elections were not postponed. I'm saying this so that we can look at other jurisdictions, what they do there, because we are part of the global community, and then we must subscribe to what we call international best practices. Therefore, INEC has said it's ready. People have demonstrated their willingness to effect change. They have become so enthusiastic because they believe that, to be fair to INEC's Jega, they have improved on the electoral system and elections are becoming more and more credible. And that explains why people have demonstrated so much enthusiasm. The roll of the tape is this: what have you done in office? Are people happy? Are their lives better than their lives were 8 or 16 years ago? If yes is the case, they will vote for incumbent president. But if their lives have been miserable, they have not been better off, there's been insecurity, parlors, electricity, schools have closed, and devaluation, the little naira you have in your pocket has no value, then people will vote for change. What people are saying is that anything but this government, and therefore it is incumbent on APC as an opposition party that has gathered momentum to take into cognizance what the people want. What are their challenges? What do they want government to do for them, which PDP has not done, and they must do whether they like it or not when they get to office. That is the beauty of democracy.
Who knows Abi better thing? Abi who no like better thing? All these fine things where they see so. Now money government they take do now. Abi, I say it's like, I mean, excuse me, I dey pay my tax. I dey do it, I dey pay my tax. Say you don't pay your own tax. Have you pay your tax?
Pay your tax. It's your civic responsibility. It's your duty. It's the law.
Well, welcome back. If you've just joined us, it's 60 Minutes with me. On my hot seat today, YINKA ODUMAKIN. Now, you've talked a bit, you mentioned Afenifere, and I've also mentioned it in my introduction. And that endorsement of the president, with another Afenifere group coming out to deny that there's been an endorsement. So, I'm just trying to look at it legally now. Which is the real Afenifere here? Afenifere
is Afenifere, and that's what I speak for. The so-called group that came to say that they are not part of the decision arrest, I think they're just wasting their time. And in any case, they are looking for relevance. Because you are interviewing me now on 60 Minutes.
Yes.
If I label somebody here now, will you be the duty of inside out to go and do it? You are not part of a periphery. You say you are a group somewhere. Let your group take your own decision and announce it. But you see, I enjoy what is going on.
Yes. Why do you enjoy it?
Why I enjoy it is that, they say that it's not hot. If it's not hot, it's not working. It means that the decision we have taken is hurting. And that's why they are only let us get. In fact, they went to take one man in Ekiti State who have not seen Afenifere for the past 11 years, saying that he's dissociating Afenifere Ekiti from the decision. So it's clear that the Oracle has spoken, and now all manners of reactions are coming here and there. But let them force what you have said. Those who have said they are not part of this and this, our officers, okay, we are against what Afenifere has done. We as a group, this is our kind of for this election, and this is our reason. That okay, they have said that they want free autonomy.
Yes.
With Yoruba, we don't want autonomy. We are okay with 1 meal a day for our children in school. That's the change that we want. We are voting for that. They could not even do that. So we just ignore such people because really it's mere irritation.
Who are the members of your Afenifere?
When you are talking of Afenifere, the leader is Payo of Ashonati. The people like Chief Ayodibanjo, Salona Ajayi,
is that the official voice for the Yorubas?
If that's not the voice, how many people have said this is where we stand and everybody's all manners of people are ganging up to say this? No. If the voice is ineffective, why are they fighting? Why all the panicking? Why all the sponsored responses? We took a decision. We said this is where we stand, and so if there's no relevance to it, it's just having ignored it.
People are shocked, and they think you are now Mr. President's man.
Well, there's a lot of bewitchment in our system today, and you said in my intro,
yeah,
some group who have spent a lot of money to brainwash people, propaganda.
What do you mean by that brainwashing? Are the Yoruba people stupid? When you say they're brainwashing people, then you're saying those people are stupid for believing what they believe.
Well, I've not said they are stupid. All I've just said is that people are acting against their best interest. I know a lot of these we are reading on Facebook, Twitter, and so on. There are people who are serving the same forces who have destroyed their future, and that's why I left all those things. All the young people they have stolen all the funds that they have used to create jobs for them.
Yes.
They have destroyed their future. Now, because they have become vulnerable, they want to put all kind of internet centers. They build a room for them, buy them computers, laptops, they give them stipends, and beginning to go and be abusing people all over internet and the rest. You are reading one person, you think you are talking to 200 people. Because full time, that's what they are doing.
That's the only work.
That's not work they are doing, to go and be abusing people. And they don't have arguments. Most of these APC supporters, when you see them, oh, it's this. It's abuses. You cannot give them argument because they don't have any arguments than just propaganda to abuse, to insult. No arguments. They cannot bring out any argument today. When they say change. What's the content of that change? They can't even define change. Men and they cannot even spell change. If you ask them to spell change, they spell it wrongly. But they've been brainwashed. There are a few among them who may out of genuine, who may not fully understand what the issue are involved. I think but most of them. So they've corrupted every process. The APC today has built a media machinery that if they kill somebody right now, they brought the person's neck, they put a knife, they slash it. They APC had the right to tell you that it was a goat in the slaughter for Ilya,
yes,
not a human being.
But who do you want to blame if a ruling party that didn't do the same, what ruling party in today's politics doesn't have any media rooting for it?
I'm not pushing the arguments about ruling party versus APC, but I'm saying that the APC machinery is so pernicious. I can tell you that a chicken can swallow like an eagle, and the way they package it, people believe them. Look today, they are packaging change for you. Who are the change agents? So Rosemary Amici is change agents now.
Yes, but you see the
thing. Bukola Saraki is change agents.
The thing.
Bola Tinubu is change agents.
The thing is, as I was saying with Chief Body George,
Yeah.
is this: even if President Jonathan says he was largely underutilized as a vice president for 2 years, he has had 6 years to prove himself. Not 4 years. Every governor normally has a 4-year term to prove himself. He had 6. So if he says he was learning the ropes in the first 2 years, he had 4 full years to really become the messiah that Nigerians wanted. He hasn't.
You cannot have a messiah under this structure.
So we're back to the structure.
Of course. You look, in 1999 when Obasanjo came, he said he was your messiah. After 8 years, what happened? Look, there's a structural defect. This house we are in now, you put it on a sandy foundation. And then when the wind begins to shake the house, you now say, okay, maybe it's the asbestos, maybe it's the roof, maybe it's the window. Yeah, waste your time until you go and repair that foundation. There is a foundational problem. It's about the structure of this country. Why is it that every previous government is always better than the present one? I'm telling you, if you don't change the structure to put a structure that can work, vote Jonathan out tomorrow. In 2 years, we will say that things are better under Jonathan. I've had only back over again.
Yes.
Under Obasanjo, first 2-3 years. Greater interviews in the paper. So it's a shameful thing to say. In fact, even under Abacha, things were better than this. Minus detaining people. Why does it look back? In 1999, we look back 20 years. Obasanjo just 20 years earlier, in 1999 was Eduardo. We brought him back. Now we are looking back 30 years. Pity the nation, whose best years are always in the past. And that's about the structure. Is the structure.
Can't this structure be tackled by the president without even the need for a national conference report?
Which president? Which president can do that? Look, any president in Nigeria today that emerges under this structure, where we have an election which is about the highest bidders, where half of the National Assembly's members, in the words of the Senator Aliyu, are criminals. If you want to fight corruption, they will impeach him. You cannot. And in any case, to become president of Nigeria today, anybody that say want to campaign on the basis of this structure, I want to fight corruption, is telling you a lie. Which clean man will get the billions of naira to contest election under this structure? Where is the money come from? Those who are giving the money as Santa Claus for Christmas?
There must be benefits later. So do you support a postponement of the election?
Part of the things I said earlier on about this brainwashing of the public mind. Those who have said postpone this election, nobody has ever said postpone handover dates. But the APC is giving the impression that what people are saying is that postpone the handover date May 29. No. The argument is that Jega, up till this interview we are doing, has not shown that he's prepared to hold a credible election.
But he keeps saying it. The rhetoric is...
He's a talker. The guy should be representing this country in debates, not conducting elections. He will say all the right things. Like 2011, what did he not say? We are already voting, they are counting when he suspended the election in 2011. Have you forgotten National Assembly election? We are going to hold the election in a week's time. 26 million PVCs are not being collected. The guy has been saying that we have been giving PVCs, we are improving and the rest. A friend of mine, an elderly friend, went to Keja today, Odumbo, to ask to pursue his PVC. Those who are in charge said that in the last 2 weeks, they've not gotten one new PVC. And the guy is saying, we're extending to 13th, now 8th. Where are the PVC? I was in Abuja for 2 days ago, a program. Branwayawu said that it was in Anambra to collect PVC. So PVC for Jigawa
there in
Anambra. And the guy said that such people are not ready to come and collect. And then we now go on all this non sequitur. Yes, but in any case, in Ekiti, 890,000 people registered, only 40,000 votes. Are you employed as a statistician or analyst, or your duty is to give PVC to those who are registered? Fashola Nego say he has not this with PVC. Sultan say he has not. Sean, these are not just ordinary people. They've done this. Judge, Boli Chani, all of them. You are not giving the PVC. There are 90,000 adult staff that have been trained.
Yes.
As you're talking now, they've not trained all of them. Northeast, the guys will say all kind of things. Oh yes, I cannot hold the election there. I can hold the election there. I will do election in some part of it, and I'm ready for election, but security will tell me whether I can hold the election.
Yes, but you know, people still say he's the president's appointee. The president picked him.
Recommended him.
Recommended him.
Nominated him, clearly, to the Senate, and when he nominated him, he said they nominated him. He said that made him. Now, but the issue is very clear. So now, based on all this,
yes,
it's right there saying that, look, hey, we are heading for a disaster. Can you hold an election with somebody win with 26 million votes? You have given the basis to challenge results. You have given us the June 12th before the first ballot is printed. And that's why we're saying that, look, if you hold this election on April 28th,
then move the governorship forward by 2 weeks.
No. If you hold the last election, the
14th on the 28th.
Yes, 28th.
Yes.
You have not broken any law. You have up to 28 April to validly conduct the election. Because the law says, section 27 of the letter says that election must hold not earlier than 150 days, not less than 30 days to hand over. If you are not ready, I know you are going to throw us into a crisis. Because many people don't know what this election means for the future of this country, for the coupled existence of this country. That's why we're saying, okay, what is sacrosanct about February 14? May 29 sacrosanct, but not February 28, February 14. So, if you are not ready, take more time to get prepared.
Do you understand the cynicism of the average Nigerian?
I don't know.
Who looks at it and thinks that there's mago here? Why is it now they want to postpone this thing? It looks funny to people.
Why is it now that Jega is not ready for election? The man that was saying a few weeks ago that I want to create 30,000 new polling units, now PVC you cannot give. As we are talking today, 26 million PVC have not even, they don't even know where they are. Why is it that it's not ready? If Jega is ready for election and someone says, okay, shift this. That's why I'm telling you that people have so much been brainwashed. Once a particular tendency put up a propaganda out there, people just latch onto you without questioning it. What does a year lose? What does anybody lose if you allow more people to get their cards and votes? In fact, what people should be asking is that is this shortage of PVC or non-collection, is it deliberate? Is it that there's some people have connived, they have given the PVC to some people to go and clone? Because we are near cloning centers, all kind of things.
Yes.
That's why it's okay. We already know what we have put together. If you go on 14th, we are posting home. If we shift it, this thing may not work for us. That's what we are not asking. As umpire, the guy is conducting the election not for a vested interest. It's not for a party. It's for Nigerians. In fact, as an electoral boss, his interest should be the interest of electorate, not for any political party. The right to vote, people fought for it. People died for it. In America, until 65, there are some secretary people that won't vote. For struggle.
Is the temporary card not an option here?
He has said he's using PVC. That you don't have PVC, you cannot vote. So you have disenfranchised millions of Nigerians. In how many countries we have almost 50% of the electorate disenfranchised for a good to polls? And what I see the guy do now, you know, there was a judge in Lagos State.
Yes.
Late Justice Keshington. There was a case in his court. It was around 1988 or 89.
Yes.
Then some people are fighting over a chieftaincy. Then one party won. The party that lost went to his court to ask for injunction on a Thursday to stop the installation on Friday or Saturday. And Keshington looked at them and said, when is this chieftaincy? He said it's Saturday. What is today? Today is Thursday. You want to grant injunction today against Saturday installation? What will happen to all your fathers and their rosters? It's not our justice now.
Yes.
Okay, the other people they've gone to buy rice and everything, and that's what will happen to them. That's not justice. It's just to look at, okay, is there a basis to stop this installation? Do you have a case before me? So that's what the people are doing now.
Will justice be served?
Be served, not other these extraneous considerations. So the question is this: which law will be violated if you hold elections within the 150 days?
Still within the same stipulated.
Which law is violated? Yeah. Who is losing anything? Except there are people who are perfected on agenda, and the thing that agenda will not work if many more people are allowed to vote. And there are warning signals also what the guys done. For instance, in the final figure that came out now, I think the Southwest have about 40-something% collection of PVC. One of the most peaceful regions in the country. The Northeast, where insurgency has ravaged. I was at a national conference. I met the delegates from those areas who said they have not been to their state in the last 3 years. They have 72-point-something% collection.
72.3% to 46 in
Southwest.
We'll take it from there when we come back from the break. So join us again after the break.
The National Security Advisor, which is the advisor to the president and all that, must have gotten reports. First, we want to run an election. Do you know how many people with PVC cards who have not collected? The cards are yet to be here. The machines are yet to arrive. We don't manufacture them, we import them. There must have been some delay. How do you de-enfranchise people? I am a Lagosian. I am yet to collect my cards because we, newly registered. There are so many people, about 3-point-something million who are yet to collect. When I saw that Northwest has collected about 90%, and here is about less than 46%, do you think that is right? If we go to elections with 46% in the Southwest yet to have collected, what is the balance of the 60-something that is remaining? As Jega told us that he has enough card readers, the NSA is not a frivolous mind. It's not a careless talker. They were 60 million or 60-something they wanted. They have only 30 million out of it, or 30,000 or whatever. Why are we to go for a national election, a very critical election for that matter? 2015 is a deciding year for the future of this country. Because if you look at it, we've just finished our 100 years as a country. We want the first step for the next century to be just, to be fair, to be equitable. We do not want another crisis here. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. If you have collected 90-something percent, 90%, 98%, not 46%, when you are already totally de-enfranchised. The National Security Advisor would advise. He's not a decision maker. He would advise. With what he is seeing, we got to cool it off. A postponement that would determine that these things would arrive, everybody will know before we go to war. It's like if you are going to do boxing and you look at it, one has been, you say, oh, this thing will be today, then his gloves has not arrived, all the other training things he requires are not available. You say, now, you go and fight. Already somebody has won. Is that what he wants? So that he can become Minister of Petroleum Resources? He must be dreaming. That will not be acceptable. What the man has said, INEC is still working, and I know they are still expecting all these PVCs to come. They have told us that they will come. So how far down the line are we going to fly them in or what? So those are issues, and if the man he has an international reach, the production of these things, are they ready? Would they arrive before? And if they arrive, would they be tested, ready to use? Those are the things. Why would Jonathan want to alter the rules? This is 21st century Nigeria, not the old Nigeria when they just go and manipulate people. We are ready for them in Lagos. We will do the election. There will be no rigging. And I have begged the people, I will keep on canvassing. There will be no violence on our side. Let them not start it.
Government wants our city to become a mega modern city. And so, government is providing modern markets for us to carry out our business. Now, this requires money, so we need to pay our taxes to help government to help us. I pay my taxes. I hope you've paid yours.
Welcome back. My concluding moments now with YINKA ODUMAKIN. I mean, that scenario you painted just beggars belief that in the Northeast, where people have abandoned their homes due to bombings and stuff like that, they would have 72% collection of PVCs and 46% in
the Southwest. And in fact, beyond that, when you look at the 3 zones of the South, Southeast, South, and Southwest, so far they have about 16.8 million PVCs collected. Northwest alone has 12.8 million PVCs collected.
What are the permutations? What can that portend for the election results if we go as it is?
Already have lopsided distribution of the cards.
More people
will vote in some session. Why many more people will not be able to vote in some session? Lagos today has about 6 million registered voters. We have given it 2.3 million PVCs, just about 36%. Kano is the next to Lagos. Kano has 80-something%.
And what is the explanation for this?
No explanation. The guys keep on talking. And they're worried getting carried away. Upwards 2 days ago, saying now, oh, it has been a consensus, it's been giving more. My friend confirmed in Kenya today that in the last 2 weeks, not one new PVC has come to Kenya.
And of course, we still have allegations of people picking up other people's PVCs as well.
So that is why we need to sort all these issues before we go to the polls. If the guy rushes us into these polls in the way it is going,
yes,
it's getting another June 12 for us. And we know that we have not recovered for June 12 1993. So it's not about party A or party B.
Yes.
If we conduct the elections, majority of the people have their voters' cards. Whoever loses squarely, whoever wins freely and fairly. Nigeria moves on. But you cannot do wuru and walk to the answer.
Yes.
And say that we are getting elections. And for those who are saying that with all these problems,
yes,
February 14, I've been telling them that why don't you, if you don't believe in democracy, if you don't believe in electoral, why don't you go and organize a coup? There are other ways of getting government.
Yes.
Apart from democratic elections. But if you say you want to submit yourself to democratic elections, why are you saying we should not do it right? If you don't believe in the electorate, there are many options. Sheka wants to take over government of Nigeria. He's doing his own. You can go organize a coup. You can go organize the guerrilla movement. But if you want to say you want to submit yourself to the ballot box, you must submit to the rules. You cannot disenfranchise majority of the people and say you want to go to polls like that.
Yes.
And when there's if February 14 is the last day, it's understood. But after February 14, there is still up to April 28 that you can still conduct the legislative election within the law. So when people are saying it's not postponed, it's not saying that postpone the handover date. No! Solve all this problem before we go for elections. If we say the way we are heading for disaster.
How?
You have an election whose results already in dispute before you even start the voting.
Because if more people didn't vote than voted.
Yes.
Okay. I talked about your book.
Yeah.
Watch the Watcher, in my introduction. And you didn't pretend about the reason you were writing it.
What I said,
yes,
in the intro to the book, what I said clearly is that it's a book of remembrance to nudge us as a people to expand our memory card so that we don't have people who have committed atrocities against us now posting as the conscience of the nation. That we should stop calling a thief a thief in Nigeria. That we should call a spade by his name.
Yes.
And I give the examples of the British who taught the world how to do it. There was this daredevil who was robbing people and the rest. And when he died, they put on a tombstone, here lies a burglar. Even this tomb was bought with the money found on him. That's his remembrance, naming and shaming.
Yeah.
That the character, a lot of characters in this country who have messed up our polity because you don't remember. Now, after some years, begin to post as sins. And one of such men is General Obasanjo, who knows all the right things when he's not in office, when he's not in charge. But when he's in charge, he only remembers the wrong things. This was a man who has every opportunity to make a difference in life for this country. Every time he had come, he had led the country bad, and he met it. He was in charge for 80 years here. Under him,
yes,
Transparency International voted Nigeria the most corrupt country in the world.
And then I would say to you that in hindsight, then after having failed in his own 8 years and brought up, these two people, Yar'Adua and Jonathan, to succeed him, maybe he's now feeling sorry for all those lapses, and that's why he's speaking up now. Should he forever keep quiet and we keep going down in his own opinion?
You don't understand Obasanjo. Obasanjo, the criticism is doing now, it's not for the interest of the country. I've always said this. Obasanjo, and I think I picked this one from ODUMAKIN. Obasanjo lost only 5 people.
Who are the 5?
Matthew, Aremu, Okikiola, Olusegun, Obasanjo.
His 5 names.
Yes. Anything he does is for those 5 people. And it's been like this all the time. He started with Shagari, Christian Shagari. Before we now got to know that when it was Christian Shagari, Babangida were planning a coup, they had consultation with him and was helping them to further the agenda of the coup. You heard Colonel Benefadile saying at my book launch that with Obasanjo they agreed to topple Abacha, so Abacha can international government. And when he was writing all those kind of letter, all those criticism against Abacha, he thought it was for genuine reason. What was for his own agenda. So Obasanjo is one man who is self-serving all the time.
Just to pick up on what you said, Colonel Fadili said at your book launch.
Yes.
So are you saying that Abacha in jailing Obasanjo, there was a conviction indeed that...
We were saying that was a fatanku.
Yes.
Because you didn't know the facts. But there's no challenge Fadili that himself, the colonels who are trying to organize to remove Abacha,
yes,
and set up an interim government to be Obasanjo, which he agreed. He mentioned the names of those who are representing Obasanjo in their meetings. And that was when the thing went awry, that himself back 1 year ago agreed that he should do a letter to say that, oh, we lied against him. Now Obasanjo is now putting in his book that he has begged him, he has lied against him, when he knows in his heart that he was part of what they're doing. What kind of statement is that? And that's why I think Kagibra said that pity a nation whose statement is a fox.
You also have spoken about the APC as an offshoot of the PDP. What do you mean by that?
Well, it's so clear now. I mean, when you take the APC today, it's a photocopy of PDP. In fact, it's the annex, PDP annex.
Do you think the parties are different?
There's no difference.
So you're not a PDP man?
I'm not. I don't carry the card of any party. I'm not a PDP, I'm not a PDP, I'm not a APC. But part of the brainwashing I've talked about.
Yes.
Those is APC change. And ask them, what is this APC we are talking about? Who are the soul of the APC? The navigator Obasanjo of APC was PDP president for 8 years.
I mean, but you know, is that public knowledge? That
Obasanjo is navigator of APC. Now, Shebi Tinubu and all them went to Winota. They said, come and be our navigator. And since that time, all his boys have moved into APC. You see, he may not carry the card, but it's APC. Rotimi Amici, the DG of their campaign now, was PDP speaker for 8 years, PDP governor for 6 years. Their candidate for governorship in Kaduna today, Nasir El-Rufai, was the PDP minister in PDP for 8 years. Their governorship candidate in Katsina, Masari, was PDP speaker for many years. Olagunso Ilola was the PDP governor ACN chased away in Osun that he stole their votes. The highest official of APC in the south, South today, Sheguni, was a PDP governor in Ekiti State. That ACN also got out to the court, said he was a vote thief. Right? I can go on and on and on and on. Yeah. Bukola Saraki was PDP governor for 8 years, PDP for 2 years. So all of a sudden, all these people now just moved out of the PDP and went to Bodilon River, got baptized, and they came out and they're now progressives, and they say you're change agents. And my people are now rolling like Galatians. Change, we change. In fact, you see, Abu have been so brainwashed today that I said it a few days ago that if Lawrence Anini, Monday Osumbo, Oyenusi, and all the notorious armed robbers who have out this country, if they gather today and say we are forming a party and say, change, Nigeria will say, change we can trust. When a naked man says, I want to give you clothes, you should check what he's wearing. When you have the captains, the poster boys of corruption, congregate and say they want to fight corruption. And my people are saying, yeah, anytime we are fighting corruption. Which corruption you fight that are going to fight? Okay, so the two parties are, you know, there's no difference in your opinion. There's no difference. The only thing that makes difference with Jonathan for me is that he says, National Conference report, I will do it. That's all. Remove that. What is it? What are the parties? In the Second Republic, when you say UPN, you know what they stand for: free education, free health, integrated development, given employment. What does APC stand for today? 1 million a day. Thank you very much, Mr. Odumakin, for coming back on 60 Minutes. Always a pleasure to have you. My pleasure always. And thank you for watching. I'm Angela. See you next time.